The story opened with a loud crashing sound, a cry of pleas to be saved from a demon beast. The main protagonist, Ye Qing, has bruises all over his body, yet he stood there holding a wooden shield and a broken wooden stick while breathing heavily. He is a level 0 abyssal scavenger. In front of him stood a spirit wolf, and since he can't deal damage to a demon beast, he can only survive by picking up the trash left by the job changers. A level 0 member like him is considered a social burden. In short, he's useless. Using another term, he can be described as trash. He anticipated the attack of the spirit wolf, and his wooden shield and sword is no match against it. He was bitten on his left shoulder, but his eyes were still full of determination. He refused to die like a piece of trash. Just with the broken wooden stick, he had dealt a critical hit to the spirit wolf. Now that's 1 point of damage dealt. Let's go back a bit from the timeline to know how our MC ended up in that situation. At the G-City, a man stood in a portal which is a rank C abyssal gate. On a closer look, a silhouette can be seen approaching the gate from the inside of the portal. And that person is Ye Qing, a senior abyssal scavenger who is being chased by a monster. When he had safely exited the portal, the man waiting in front of it sliced the monster's tentacles to prevent it from going out. Ye Qing's everyday job is to recycle and sort the trash left over by the changers after fighting the monsters. It is because the supervisors of the Abyss don't allow these resources to leak out into the society of ordinary people. After all, it is a C-rank crystal. Just one is worth over 50,000 yuan. The man who fought against the monster earlier approached Ye Qing while calling him a brat. He threatened Ye Qing that if he secretly hid a crystal, not only he will be fined with money, but also he will be locked up in jail. Ye Qing assured this man, whom he called boss, that he had been on the job for a long time, thus he knows all the rules. The job of abyssal scavenger is usually done by those who are level 0. If the front combat team doesn't clean up the monsters thoroughly, the lives of the level 0 players in the rear could be in danger at any time. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that the job is worth one's life. The basic salary for returning from a dungeon is 300 yuan. Each scavenger can get 1,000th of the value of the trash picked up, which is about 600 yuan. After deducting the agency fee of 30%, the net earning is 500 yuan. Ye Qing is still at 670,000 yuan away from paying off his debt, so he needed to work harder. A man called out to Ye Qing and told him that he had a big job, which gives a commission of 3,000. He asked Ye Qing if he wanted to join. Ye Qing couldn't believe that it gives that high amount. The man is aware that Ye Qing is always in need of money, so he advised him that if wanted to go, he should immediately catch up with the group. Ye Qing confirmed that he'll be there soon. They rode a yellow bus. They are on their way to Shenfeng City's public shopping mall. It is the abyssal replica mentioned recently in the news and was said to be at A rank. A man expressed that it was no wonder the rewards are so high. He heard that many groups were wiped out. Not even one person made it out. A man told them that it was most probably a subcontract. In addition to cleaning up, there's another important mission of bringing the equipment of the teams that were wiped out. One man expressed his disgust against the old capitalists, whom he finds ruthless and vile. One person asked who allowed the Abyss to be supervised commercially by the capitalists. Ye Qing sat there quietly while looking out the window while others were having that conversation. 10 years ago, the abyssal gate descended from the void, and creatures of the abyss appeared in front of humans. Only those job changers had the special abilities to deal damage to the abyssal creatures. As the demon beats died, people discovered that there were not only energy products such as magic crystals in the abyss, but also various mysterious weapons and drops. Therefore, just like discovering a new continent for the second time, mankind set off an uproar of the development of the abyss. A large number of traditional enterprises collapsed, and the social funds were used to support the new market, the abyssal industries. A man holds Ye Qing's resume while he declines him since they don't take level 0 members. That time, Ye Qing was in great need of money since the doctor already warned him that the hospital isn't a welfare association. If Ye Qing can't pay soon, he's advised to take his little sister and leave. Ye Qing apologized and begged to be given a few more days. On top of that, while he's in the house, the door is being banged loudly while the landlord asked for the 2 months' payment the Ye Qing owed. He went to several places to get a job, but he was rudely shooed away. He was very much troubled. The employment situation is unprecedentedly bleak for level 0 players who have not successfully changed jobs. They've basically already become useless in society. Ye Qing was approached by a man who handed him a pamphlet about receiving a small loan in just 1 second. While he's on tears, he was asked if he needed money. He accepted the paper while the suspicious man explained that the collateral would be the most valuable thing that Ye Qing has, which is his organs. Recalling those incidents made Ye Qing sighed. The men in the bust openly gossiped about him. One man heard that Ye Qing borrowed 1 million from a loan shark and lost everything while trading in the stock market, and that if he can't pay the money, he would have to sell his kidney. Another man shared that Ye Qing has a little sister who relies on him to supper her and the medical bills cost so much. Ye Qing lowered his cap to hide his embarrassment. They gave their opinion that a person like Ye Qing might as well die. With the amount he is burdened with right now, he can only live like trash for the rest of his life. As they alighted the bus, one man from an edge of a cliff yelled that the scavengers are too slow. They advised them to keep up with them because they won't take responsibility for their deaths. They hurried towards the purple portal. Ye Qing watched the portal closely. He had a serious expression when he set his mind to work hard, earn money, and come back alive. They arrived in the underground city, Shenfeng City Public Market, B-Rank Abyss. It was Ye Qing's first time in a B-Rank Abyss. There were several people who looked menacing while they held their weapons. Several spirit wolves came to attack. One bulky man called out to Lao Chen. Lao Chen replied that he already knows, and that it was just a pack for first-class spirit wolves. Lao Chen made fireballs in his hands, and he released it towards the spirit wolves. It caused an explosion, and that easily defeated the spirit wolves. The bulky man, who acted as their leader, announced to everyone to not let their guards down. Demonic beasts could ambush them from any dark corners. One man asked where their destination was. The bulky man replied that it's the 5th floor. The woman expressed that the size of the 1st floor of the market seems to have increased by more than 5 times, and the height has increased more than 3 times. A man with eyeglasses replied that it was called abyssalization, a replica created based on the real world, but its internal structure has completely mutated. And the man asked why the group who went before them did not leave any traces. He wondered where the corpses were. Then, this man instructed the scavenger to find the dead bodies and not just simply follow them from behind. One man tied his shoelace and uttered that no matter where a level 0 goes, their only use was trash. Ye Qing was looking around and did not see this crouched man. He only noticed him when his foot touched the man's shoulder, and that made Ye Qing fall face down on the ground. The man scolded him to watch where he's going. Ye Qing got scared of the man and apologized. But this man named Lao Chen grabbed Ye Qing by his collar while he said to his face that bumping into trash disgusts him, and that he fucking thought that Ye Qing was a monster. The bulky man told Lao Chen not to bother with the scavengers. He reminded Lao Chen that they have a mission. That made Lao Chen glare at Ye Qing. He threw him on the ground while saying that if Ye Qing already knows that he's trash, he should stay away from him. In his head, Ye Qing thought of him as a prick who looks down on others. Lao Chen annoyingly asked if they really are called a professional team. A burden to society. A useless person. Trash. Those are the collective terms the society has for level 0 members. But what they don't know is, A notification window displayed to Ye Qing that his experience value is at 99 over 100. He is about to reach the next level, Level 1. A few moments later, a man ran away when he saw a demon beast in the room. Ye Qing was left there. He wondered if the man was someone left behind in the front lines. The spirit wolf in front of him is in critical health. A bead of sweat formed in his face. He looked at the Level 1 wooden shield and Level 1 wooden staff. The demon beast is alone and in critical health. The demonic beast is exactly what he had been waiting for so long. He dashed to grab the weapon and the shield, and when he regained his footing, he faced the demon beast with a serious face. The spirit wolf glared at him. Ye Qing leapt out, and he screamed for the monster to die while he attacked it. But it had no effect, since it was 0 damage. The other scavenger who saw him thought he was dumb. They mocked him for not knowing that only job changes can deal damage to the demon beasts. But Ye Qing was absolutely aware of that. On the status screen, his level is 0, and he has strength, agility, intelligence, will, constitution, and luck at 1 point. With such weak attributes, he can't even break through the defense of the weakest monsters. It's something he knew way better than anyone else. And because he understands that fact clearly, he charged at the spirit wolf with greater strength. Lao Chen laughed at the idea that the scavengers would see the demon beasts in critical health and they would shake in fear. The muscular man told them that they can earn a fortune just by casually killing a few monsters. But if the scavengers encounter a demon beast, they won't be able to do anything. That's why it's no wonder that they're low-life trash. He told the others that they'll keep the most expensive items and give the rest to the scavengers. He instructed them to tell those pieces of trash to clean up. One man pointed in an area where he saw that another beast had slipped that way. Then they heard scared people screaming to run. Lao Chen declared his ownership of the purple piece of clothing that they found and advised that no one should take it. He reiterated that he already requested it to be his and warned others not to snatch it away from him. Loud noises echoed in the area. Ye Qing had been bitten by the spirit wolf. His shoulder bled as the spirit wolf latched onto it, but Ye Qing is still determined not to die like trash. With the broken wood that he had, he stabbed the spirit wolf right at its head. It was a critical hit and 1 point of damage had been applied. The spirit wolf faced its end. Ye Qing was breathing heavily, but then he started a small laugh that erupted to a loud scream of victory. Someone had come to him. It was Lao Chen who commented that a lone horse like Ye Qing managed to kill 1 low-level wolf. Lao Chen grabbed Ye Qing's collar and scolded him for acting like a hero. Lao Chen told Ye Qing that Ye Qing had already lived for too long, and he told him that they spent money on Ye Qing not because they wanted to get his corpse. A job changer's career path is not limited to one path. When the experience level accumulates to level 1, even a level 0 member can successfully switch jobs. They can obtain the hidden job more easily. Just to achieve that goal, they need to think of ways to gain experience to level up. But to a level 0 member unable to deal damage to demon beasts, doing so is harder than ascending to the heavens. Ye Qing spent so many years facing the risks and risking his own life to search for a guaranteed critical hit to cause at least 1 point of damage. Then it accumulated day by day. He did repeated kills that dealt 1 point of damage to a spirit wolf. And from that, he earned 1 experience point. Until he reached 100%. It was the only way he could earn experience points. Finally, he met the conditions. The system informed him that his experience points now are 100 over 100, and conditions to level up had been fulfilled. Lao Chen was astonished that a little rascal like Ye Qing managed to get a job shifting. The system congratulated Ye Qing on reaching level 1. His body glowed, and when it was done, Ye Qing was now a scavenger, level 1. Lao Chen was dumbfounded. He was holding his laughter, but it did not last long. He was teary-eyed from laughing so much. He wondered what kind of bullshit is that, since it showed a trash picker is still a trash picker after changing jobs, and the maximum level is level 1. He couldn't stop laughing from that once-in-a-lifetime precious opportunity, and yet Ye Qing changed his job to a trashy job that literally means trash. He laughed out loud while telling Ye Qing that it suits him. And then he went all serious and called the attention of Ye Qing, a level 1 scavenger, that all his buddies are gone. So, the mission of cleaning up would be completed by Ye Qing alone. Then Lao Chen went to announce to others that he had something incredulous to share. Ye Qing wondered if a scavenger is weak. Since if a scavenger's maximum level is level 1, he can't use his level-up attributes to grow. He wondered what a scavenger's ability is. He looked at the corpse of the spirit wolf. Then it glowed. A system notified him that a recyclable trash was found. It was the low-level spirit wolf. He was dumbfounded as he looked at the screen. Then he yelled yes, and several purple arms appeared behind him. He looked at it, as it was dragging the corpse towards him. He wondered if that's the scavenger's ability. The spirit wolf was completely dragged into the purple space. Then it notified Ye Qing that the trash is disintegrating. After a few seconds, the trash disintegration had been completed. With that, Ye Qing gained the spirit dash and earned 3 attribute points. He was surprised to know that it was possible to get personal attribution points from corpses. He opened the attribute board. He looked at the card that he had earned, and it stated that he only needs 3 agility to use it. So, he decided to put all his 3 attribute points into agility. The system notified him that he satisfied the conditions to use the spirit wolf, and prompted if he wanted to use it. He decided to use it. His body glowed as rays of lights entered him. Then he slowly opened his eyes. He wondered if that was all and there's no results. Then he was called by the others to clean up. When he stepped his foot, he was surprised to see how fast he can go. He went really fast until he tripped, and that created a loud noise when he fell to his back. He wondered if that was the skill he had earlier. The system notified him that the spirit dash is in cooldown. He sighed and got up. He had a defeated look on his face, but something caught his sight. There were several recyclable trash lying around. He was astonished to learn that not only he can get attributes, he can also recycle the beast's power. It is the sole ability of an abyssal scavenger with a maximum level of level 1. And then he activated the abyssal scavengers and the hands appeared. He was pleased as he commented that it was an outrageously epic ability. System notification had displayed that Ye Qing had gained 4 attribute points to allocate. Then it was followed by 3 more attribute points, and then additional 3 attribute points, plus 2 attribute points. Our boy is the personification of rags to riches now. His skill continued to recycle more stats. Ye Qing was surprised that, ever since he first touched the corpse of a ghost wolf, he gained the ability of Soul Dash. And after that, devouring the same type of corpse no longer grants new ability. And the rewards for salvaging a large number of corpses of the same type gradually decreases. He wondered if it requires salvaging new types of creatures to gain a one-time reward. He was full of enthusiasm as the points continued to come. Even the fucking hands were cheering for him. Eventually, the allocatable points have accumulated to 111. He faced the status screen while wondering what attributes he should add. It looked like he won't be short of attribute points in the future. And then he thought of something that made him smile. And that is to distribute the points evenly. So, his strength, agility, willpower, constitution, and luck had increased. Now, his status board shows that all those skills have 20 points each. Meanwhile, the others are fighting off the monsters. A corpse of a monster lay near them. The muscular guy confirmed to Lao Chen if it's true that the guy became a scavenger. He mentioned that it's a hidden class that's not even in the big career change table. The guy with the eyeglasses added that there are hidden classes written into the big career change table every year, but the rankings for the most valuable careers have hardly changed. He mentioned that most of those so-called hidden classes are just for laughs. Lao Chen told them that the maximum level is only 1. Then that would mean that the guy is mostly at F rank, just slightly stronger than a level 0 person. The muscular guy told everyone to just ignore Ye Qing as they continued forward. There was a hole on the roof. Underneath that, they saw large vines. And what surprised them is a scary-looking monster that has 2 black horns, eye sockets but there's no eyes, and its mouth has dangling vines. Its whole body is a vine too. It was their target. It's the leader of the Falcon Eye hunting group, Eagle Eye. One of them wondered how there's a mound in the shopping mall, especially since they're on the 5th floor. The man with eyeglasses approached it. He mentioned that the time for abyssification in there does not exceed 48 hours in total, and yet the bodies have dried up to that extent. He wondered if the essence had been squeezed out by some kind of magic. They've only encountered low-level ghost wolves along the way, and the people who entered before them are the B-rank Falcon Eye hunting group. So, the woman in the team finds it strange that all those B-ranks died there. Something surprising appeared. More creepy, zombie-like creatures started flooding the area. The news announced an urgent message. There's an abyssification in the Shengfeng City People's Mall. Preliminary inference is B-grade mutation, currently 217 missing people. The muscular guy ordered everyone to retreat. It was an ambush. Lao Chen expressed that he knew something was wrong when he didn't find the corpses, and to eventually learn that the corpses are actually concentrated in that area. It had been piled up to a mountain of corpses. The muscular guy added that the low-level monsters along the way were just bait to lure them deeper. Then, a huge vine appeared. It was the true master of the abyss, a high-level hell-devouring flower. It is almost at A grade. Lao Chen told everyone to look up. They saw that the Falcon Eye hunting group had all come back to life. Back to our MC, Ye Qing is gathering the crystals, a status window displayed to salvage the severed ghost wolf and the charred ghost wolf. Then he unlocked an achievement. He is now a novice scavenger for unlocking 50 corpses. Ye Qing got excited when he found out that he will receive a reward. It was a plain dagger level 1. He was unamused since it requires level 1. He commented that his profession gives junk-quality rewards for achievements. Then he was surprised with a loud rumbling sound. He turned to look at what it was, but he heard a loud noise and saw a female zombie-looking monster running towards him. He was terrified. The monster punched him. Fortunately, he was able to evade it because of trigger agility check, perfect dodge. Ye Qing thought that it was his end. He felt an increase in his agility, and he thought that it must have been because of the added attribute points. He smiled as he confirmed that he became stronger. The next moment, the hand is already in front of him. The hand changed into a claw, and it hit the wall because Ye Qing had dodged. He stepped away from the monster. He noticed that his strength had also increased. He activated the Soul Dash and yelled that it's his turn now. He was about to punch the monster. With an idea that it won't be a 0 damage this time, the status bar displayed that trigger strength caused a breakthrough effect on the target, increasing the physical damage by 100%. He smiled as he declared that he's different this time. With an intelligence of 20 points, his insight is significantly enhanced, allowing him to discover hidden information about the target. The monster before him is an infested human elite. Its weakness is flame and neck connection fire spots. It made a loud rumbling noise before it charged towards Ye Qing. But Ye Qing decided to charge at the same time. The monster attempted to hit him with its claw, but he was able to dodge it by an inch. He ducked while the monster lunged at him. He immediately moved behind the monster. His eyes are focused on its neck. He took out his dagger and slashed the monster in its neck. Trigger luck check plain dagger effect activates. Target gains the bleeding effect. Ye Qing decided to pull away. and the monster's vine at its neck was severed. With this, Ye Qing successfully killed the infested human. His hand was covered with purple liquid from the fight. A status window displayed that triggers a constitution check. The poisoning effect is neutralized. His hand had been cleared off the purple liquid. Ye Qing celebrated his successful first solo kill. The system informed him that the infested human can be salvaged. He activated salvage, and the system notified him that salvaging the infested human was successful. He gained the passive skill Toxic Transformation. Because of this, the poisoning effect is reversed and randomly transformed into a beneficial effect for Ye Qing. It required 15 constitutions. He wondered if Toxic Transformation can make a toxic waste into a medicine. He decided to test out his theory and used it. The system informed him that Toxic Transformation had been added and he had gained 5 attribute points to allocate. His status was displayed. Then he obtained a decomposed and dropped spoiled potion. He was advised not to drink it because it is highly poisonous. He assumed that with Toxic Transformation, highly poisonous effects can be transformed into beneficial effects. He drank it to find out. The system notified him that the poisoning effect of the Toxic Transformation is reversed into a healing effect. He gained a buff called Vigor, where all basic attributes double for 10 minutes. He commented that the randomly obtained effect is so powerful, he felt his strength surging in his body. He remembered that after adding intelligence to a certain value, he can see more hidden information about the target. That prompted him to allocate those 5 points to intelligence. All attributes have 20 points, except for intelligence, which is at 25. Then, everything doubled. Loud noises from monsters can be heard behind Ye Qing. He wondered if he missed out on a monster. He checked and saw a lot of monsters. He recalled how he was called a burden to society, trash, useless person. But now he could tell them otherwise. His name is Ye Qing, and he is a scavenger. He dared the so-called trash monsters to come at him. Lao Chen and the others complained as the falcon hunting team had been parasitized. They faced them in combat. The muscular guy blocked the weapon of the zombie monster with his shield. He cursed and complained that even if those are corpses, its strength is actually stronger than when it was alive. Not to mention, there's still the man-eating flower boss. Its head is like a bud which has eyes at the center. The leader announced for everyone to retreat. As they ran away, they screamed in fear, but one of them got stabbed from behind, while the other one had been caught by the vines and life had been sucked away. Their leader cursed at how strong those monsters are. Lao Chen was in panic because he knew how strong they were. The leader blocked the attack with his shield while Lao Chen ran ahead of him. Lao Chen was starting to regret it. He came there for money and equipment, and it would be a waste to die there. Slow magic covered the leader. He asked, "What the hell is Lao Chen doing when they're on the same team?" But Lao Chen only thought of himself as he used that magic on the leader so that he could slow down the monsters and escape. Lao Chen left the leader behind, and his parting words is that he'll just burn incense sticks for the leader. The leader cursed at him. Lao Chen thought that he wouldn't lose that much if he started running now. He's happy that he still has the equipment that he picked up. He planned to make an excuse for the team being wiped out once he escaped. All of a sudden, there was a loud noise. Lao Chen fell on his butt when he bumped into Ye Qing. He was surprised to see him. He cursed at the trash in front of him. Ye Qing glared at him. Ye Qing knew how Lao Chen betrayed his teammates to save his own skin. Lao Chen noticed the corpses behind Ye Qing. He asked him if he did all of those. The corpses were covered in purple glow. Lao Chen heard the scream of the team leader. He started thinking how he can't leave Ye Qing alive since he may rat him out on the supervisory committee, and that won't end well for him. He tempted Ye Qing by asking Ye Qing if he wanted to get a stranger and stand out. He urged him that it's time. by Ye Qing serving as food for monsters. Lao Chen kicked him in the stomach, but the window showed strength check triggered. Critical failure. The kick has no effect on the target and backfires. Lao Chen fell and complained how painful it was. He called Ye Qing a stinky trash and inquired on what's going on. Ye Qing called him a bastard. He told Lao Chen that Lao Chen is not even worth being called trash. Ye Qing activated his ability, and several hands appeared behind him. It grabbed Lao Chen, who was scared to death that he called for his mother. And the garbage recycling process began. The system notified Ye Qing that it was non-recyclable trash. Imagine being branded as a non-recyclable trash. What the fuck? From that, Ye Qing found out that not all trash can be recycled. His recycling ability had been upgraded, which meant he can recycle useless abilities with the target's consent. Ye Qing interpreted that as, when the target fainted, it's considered a consent. It was quite convenient. Ye Qing used his sorcerer experience card. His body glowed in a cool blue hue. The system notified that he acquired the ability called Flame Field Control, also Fireball. It required 15 intelligence points, and its intelligence is 50 points. When the overcasting effect is triggered, the fireball evolves into Inferno Blast. The monsters started approaching them. Their loud noises echoed in the area. Ye Qing thought about how to cast a fireball. He started recalling how Lao Chen did it until his hand glowed in yellow, and then he released a large flame towards the direction of the monsters. It was powerful enough to cause a loud explosion on the 5th floor. When the flame was gone, a thick smoke covered the area. Then, funnily enough, Ye Qing went into panic when he realized that he hadn't had a chance to recycle yet. He told himself not to obliterate them all. A ninja-like zombie monster sneaked up behind him. Ye Qing had sensed it, so he was able to evade the attack on time. He kept a distance between himself and the monster. He took this monster seriously, and it attacked him. He evaded right on time. He brought out his dagger, and when he attacked, it clashed with the monster's sword. He acknowledges how he hadn't learned any melee combat skills yet. And then he saw another monster. It was their leader who had turned into a monster. He said that the leader turned monster, that he might not want to be resurrected by the monster after he died. He encouraged him to become his aide instead. So Ye Qing grabbed the golden shield ability. He uses it as he fights off the ninja-like zombie monsters. He gripped the shield tightly as he dashed forward and cut off the monster's head. The head dropped to the ground, while Ye Qing watched it. He told the monster to rest in peace while he recycles its body. Because of that, Ye Qing had obtained a dagger proficiency card. He can use daggers like a thief and launch a storm-like stabbing attack. Ye Qing used it. He now had used the dagger proficiency card. He commented how the ordinary dagger in his hand feels more agile. While Ye Qing fights off the monsters, someone was in conversation with another person. The person on the line asked if the mission was to find the Falcon Group and bring them out of the dungeon. The person on the other hand confirmed that it was right. Loud banging noises echoed in the area as Ye Qing focused his gaze on the monster. The person on the line talked once again to say that if the bodies aren't found, the mission will be deemed a failure, and the person that he's talking to won't receive any rewards. Ye Qing continuously recycled the corpses. He obtained the ability called Violence. His strength and agility attributes will increase significantly, and he will be immune to control skills. The person answered that he knew the consequences. So, he was probed if he found the corpses of the Falcon Group in the dungeon, and the person rudely replied that of course he found it. But it had all been recycled. That confused his conversation partner. Meanwhile, Ye Qing faced the final boss, and the person told his conversation partner that the corpses were dragged by a certain person. In the Abyss Supervisor Committee interrogation room, Lao Chen trembled in front of two men in suits. They told him that only Lao Chen is the survivor from the dungeon, and the person he mentioned does not exist. Also, another strange thing is that when they found him, Lao Chen's level was reduced to level 1. That is something that has never happened before. Like a madman, Lao Chen yelled that his abilities were recycled by that person. And he is the living evidence. He pointed out that that person is the trash picker, but he wasn't sure. The men in suits told him that his pollution level from the abyssal energy is high, maybe because of being recycled and then spat out, and it's causing Lao Chen to have hallucinations. This is the suspicion that the TK, team killer, had established. Lao Chen insisted that he was not lying. He reiterated that it was caused by the trash picker at the B-rank abyss entrance. Ye Qing narrated that after that happened, he sold all the magic crystals on the black market, but he only received about 30% of the money. As the crystal business has always been a monopoly of large enterprises, private sales are illegal. The black market will charge over 70% as the handling fee. The magic crystals he brought out were barely enough to pay off the debt he owed loan sharks in the past few years. But there was no more surplus. Ye Qing knew that if he kept using his recycling ability in front of other people, he might be reported to the supervisors. Not to mention that he's a person who has awakened a strange, hidden job. It wouldn't be impossible for those people to lock him up and do research on him for more than a year. That made Ye Qing have the resolve to make more money while he's free. He's with other people, and they are being briefed. Their leader informed them that they are in the abyss that had just appeared. Everything is still unknown. This person assumed that everyone knew the risks involved. Also, because of that, the rewards will be doubled. People who have qualifications as job changers can go to the leader and sign up. He emphasized that only those who are over B rank qualify. Ye Qing dared to ask if someone like him can qualify. The leader nonchalantly inquired Ye Qing's rank. Ye Qing revealed that he's a scavenger, 1. Everyone around them was surprised, and laughter echoed in the room. The leader commented that even a trash like Ye Qing has the guts to call himself a job changer now. He insultingly suggests for Ye Qing to stand in line with the rest of the trash pickers. Ye Qing realized that if he makes them think that he's weak, they will lower their guard and he will probably be thrown to the back of the group and take on a supporting role. In that case, even if he secretly collects corpses and trash behind everyone's backs, no one will notice. That was his lazy but genius plan that he's proud of. The leader was holding Ye Qing's hand when someone yelled for him to let go. It's the daughter of the Liu family, the one who has awakened the God-chosen job. She's a woman with long white-silver hair. She instructed the leader to take Ye Qing so they'll have just enough people. This woman is labeled as the rising star of the hunting group, also known as the God-chose child. Her name is Liu Xingran. The leader complained that the brat is just level 1 and a newbie without any proof of qualification. Liu Xingran replied that it doesn't matter if he's a newbie and a level 1. She told them that all of them are just there to make up the numbers anyway. The leader was infatuated with Liu Xingran. He complied since he admitted that they are only there since they're responsible for protecting her. He also acknowledged that since this is her family's property, so it was natural for her to have the final say. Ye Qing looked disgusted with the leader's immediate change of attitude. In his head, he was relieved since that was so close. He thought he was going to be kicked out again. Nonetheless, it's not the first time he played the role of being trash. Liu Xingran gave him a side glance. Ye Qing finds her quite familiar. And then he remembered. He saw her 2 years ago. She was pointing a broken sword, and he came to her aid with a stick. That was the time when he dealt a 1-point critical hit damage dealt to the monster, and that monster faced its death. Liu Xingran inquired if he's a trash picker. She wondered how he could kill demon beasts. But Ye Qing ignored her as he was busy celebrating his first time of successfully receiving 1 point of experience. Then he asked Liu Xingran if she's okay. She uttered that she had only heard the rumor, but she didn't actually expect anyone to actually try that way of upgrading. She confirmed with him if it's really his way to gain experience. And why? He answered her like she's dumb when he replied, "To make money, obviously." Ye Qing collected the crystal from the corpse of the monster, while Liu Xingran told him that she doesn't believe her, especially since that way of upgrading could actually cost his life. Ye Qing's expression changed to a serious one as he asked her what she even knew. He told her that job changers like her think they're so superior, so how could she understand how bitter and hard the lives of the trash are? He continued to say that she was the one who left the group and moved forward alone. He inquired if she's throwing away her life, since there were so many demon beasts, and yet she just single-handedly rushed towards them. He inquired if she's trying to prove something. She confidently answered that her reason is obviously to become stronger. She wanted to become the first one to conquer that place. Ye Qing was confused about what she was talking about. Liu Xingran demanded to know the real reason for wanting to change jobs. He exclaimed, "Family." He looked at her and smiled as he explained that he wanted to become stronger and protect his family. She asked for his name. He introduced himself as Ye Qing. Liu Xingran introduced herself as well. She looked forward to seeing his successful job change one day. She told him that once he changed jobs, he should join her group and conquer that place together. Ye Qing stared at the hand extended to him. He grabbed it. They shook hands as they sealed the deal. He even playfully commented that she shouldn't slow him down when that time comes. She replied that they'll find out after his job change. She told him that she killed 30 demon beasts by herself just now, and he just finished one off at most. So, she decided to count that as 0.5. The men in suits rushed toward Liu Xingran. They were in panic since they had been looking for her. They lightly scolded her for secretly sneaking up into the depths of the abyss. Then they reprimanded Ye Qing and warned him not to go near their lady. Liu Xingran had a funny expression while she was dragged back. The men told her that the president was furious and he almost broke their legs. At a distance, Liu Xingran told Ye Qing to catch what she threw. When Ye Qing grabbed it, his hand bled a little. It was a crystal, and Liu Xingran told him it was his reward for the 0.5. He turned his back, raised his hand as an acknowledgement and goodbye, and walked away. He tried to recall her name. He uttered, "Liu Xingran?" The leader smacked his head and corrected him that it's Liu Xingran. Ye Qing looked at him with a dumbfounded expression that gained him a scolding, so he was told to hurry up and move the crystals. He approached Liu Xingran and told her that he will try his best not to drag others down. Liu Xingran told him that he's very good. She instructed him to get his gear and get ready to go. Then they started making their way to the portal. Ye Qing made a decision to work hard and make money and return alive. When he fought his way out of the abyss last time, he mastered the shield warrior, same with his assassin ability, and the berserker abilities. And finally, he obtained a boss-level ability. He also had the card of the man-eating plant's super regeneration. Because of his radar chart point adding method, no matter which career form he took on, there won't be any shortcomings. The attribute points are also divided equally among the 6, so the total can pile up to over 100 points. After all, he was the one who wiped clean all the recyclable things in the previous abyss. However, he wondered what level would be the equivalent of 100 points. They have reached the other side of the portal. He activated his observing eye, attribute perception. He looked at one job change and knew that the man's strength attribute is only 12 points. He clicked his tongue. Then he saw this man's weakest point, which is intelligence with only 1 point. If a regular mortal's strength attribute is 1 point, then a warrior with 12 points has approximately 12 times the strength of a mortal. Ye Qing's strength attribute value is 100 points, so his strength is around 100 times that of a mortal. The group went on walking, until Ye Qing heard a loud sound that seemed like it was getting closer to him. All of a sudden, there was a loud bang sound. The team looked behind as they wondered what just happened. They thought that there was an earthquake. Ye Qing looked goofy as he hid the truth and pressed the brick back in. He just told everyone that the underground structure is a bit unstable. Everyone's attention shifted when someone yelled that he found a chest. They gathered around it. The leader commented that it was troublesome since they didn't have any assassins on their team. The chest is at least A rank. Ye Qing volunteered to try it. Everyone curiously watched as he picked on the lock. And then it opened. Great treasures came flying out of it. In his head, Ye Qing commented that picking the lock is as easy as eating. The leader was a bit suspicious since the ability to pick locks is a skill that only an assassin higher than level 5 should be able to learn. Ye Qing explained that a level 1 scavenger can learn a lot of convenient abilities because we come across unopened chests quite often while picking up trash. The leader announced that they will distribute the loot after the mission ends. They decided to continue going forward. Ye Qing called the woman in their party and asked her to stay at her place since it seemed like there's something in front of her. Ye Qing threw a rock that bounced off the wall, and it activated a trap. The walls had spikes and moved. If someone was in the center of it, surely they would be crushed. The woman doubted if Ye Qing is really just a level 1. To conceal his ability, he urged her not to overthink about it. He explained that they just had coincidentally come across something that he's good at. He continued to explain that he often triggers traps while picking up trash. He suffered too much because of those traps. So he naturally awakened the ability of trap reception. As if to check if she believed his lies, he confirmed with her that there's nothing weird about it. He didn't realize that Liu Xingran was behind him. She remained silent. Everyone looked at him with a dumb, amused expression. The system revealed that deception check was a success. His targets had become more persuadable. Ye Qing was funny as he cursed and realized the power of the 100 points of intelligence. The leader gave him a broken one-handed mace. It's a normal grade that can be used at level 1. The leader mentioned that it was his reward, and so he should accept it with gratitude. As Ye Qing stared at the card, he realized that his evaluation of their minds is still not that good. The leader announced that they shall continue forward. They walked down the hall while someone commented how they reached the secret treasure easily. One even added that the abyss might be a reward room without any monsters. There's a cup with red liquid at the center and a stone tablet. A reward room is a room with no monsters and only treasures. It's a unique type of abyss. Liu Xingran reminded them not to celebrate too early. She told them to pay attention to where the monsters might spawn. The man with great strength but low intelligence on their team asked to confirm that it can't be that the stone tablet is all there is to that abyss. He grabbed the stone tablet and told everyone that since they have obtained the final treasure, they should leave. But he didn't notice that the red liquid on the cup started boiling, and they were informed that the blood trial is starting. Then the leader told the man who grabbed the stone table that it wasn't a reward room but a trap. The whole room was painted red, and red mythical monsters appeared. They called it the Blood Nightmare. Liu Xingran commanded them to prepare for battle. The red monsters made loud noises as it surrounded the human.